We will be using the free version of Canva to kind of jazz up our photos and make beautifully sublimated ornaments. Let's get started. Hello everyone and welcome to Crafting with Delonda. It's me again, Delonda, and thank you so much for joining me today. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you a few things. One, how to remove the background from a photo for free. Number two, how to change the background in Canva, also for free. And then number three, how to sublimate those beautiful images inside of Cricut Design Space. I'm going to take you step by step through this full process. And at the end of this video, if you find it helpful, please remember to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the bell for notifications because I do upload new content every single week. Now, without further ado, let's look at all the materials you'll need and we will dive right in to Canva. Let's get started. The materials I'm using for this tutorial include my Cricut Maker. I'm using PYD Life Sublimation ornaments. I'm using the glass square ornaments. I'm also using the glass round ornaments, and I'm using ceramic ornaments. I'm using PYD Life Sublimation paper, a green standard grip mat, butcher paper, heat resistant gloves, twine, Cricut heat resistant tape, and my cute little hedgehog tape dispenser. I'm using the new HTV Ront Auto Press 2 to press my ornaments, and my printer is an Epson EcoTank 2760 series printer that has Hippo Sublimation ink inside. Now, without further ado, let's head over to Canva. Even though I have a Canva Pro account, I'm going to show you how to use Canva for free to change the background. The first thing I'm going to do is go to Google Photos, and I will do a search through some of our photos from our book club and find the perfect photos to use for this project. So we did have a Christmas exchange last year, and I want to use one of those photos for my ornaments because I'm going to give them as a gift. So I'm looking through the photos. I'm trying to find a photo where everyone is looking at the camera and no one has their eyes closed or they're not doing anything weird with their face. I'm going to find the perfect photo. And then once I do, I'm going to download it to my computer. Okay, after a short search, I think I found the right one. Even though this background is cute, it's not the one I want, but I'm going to download the photo and then I'm going to go to remove.bg and upload the photo. Okay, here's that image. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to click open, and I am going to let remove.bg do its thing. And I like it. It's removing the full background, and then I will download the photo. Once you get to Canva, select the option to create an Instagram post. I like to use that one because it's a perfect square. What I'm going to do is a search for Christmas background. So I'm clicking at the top. I'm just going to type in Christmas background, and I will filter my search to only look for backgrounds that are free. So there is an option right there to the right where you can filter the search, or you can just look for images that do not have the pro icon in the bottom right corner. So I'm looking at this one. I can see that it doesn't have that option at the bottom. Now that I have that background selected, I will bring in the photo that I just downloaded from remove.bg. I'll click over here on the left. I'll click upload files, and I will upload the photo that I just removed the background from. Once the photo finishes coming in, I'll click on it, and then I'll bring it over to the top of the background that I have selected. And all I need to do here is just place the photo where I want it to go, where it looks logical and reasonable. And then I can start to kind of play around with the text and make the changes that I want to make. What I'm doing right here is I am kind of just making some changes to the text. I am going to change the color, and I'm also going to make it a little bit bigger. And I'm going to remove the phrase that says, "We wish you a," because this is my gift to them and I don't need that part of the text. What I'm doing right here is just kind of playing around with the text. I'm changing the colors to see what I like, making it bigger or smaller. There's also an option in Canva for you to apply the colors to the background. So what I decided to do was take advantage of that option. That's not even a pro feature. I just right clicked and did apply colors to background, and it just gave me the perfect colors. I kind of resized the words Merry Christmas, and then I thought the photo was perfect just like this. Now I'm going to repeat that process for a different photo. Here is another time we were together. I love this photo. I'm going to download it. I'm going to then take the photo and upload it to remove.bg and let remove.bg do its thing. Now it got everything out for the most part, but there's a little piece at the top that I needed to still erase. So I just clicked on that erase tool and it took care of it. And then I clicked done and download. Now I'm bringing the image into Canva and I'm going to resize it and find the perfect background. Now with this photo, I decided I wanted to do something a little bit different. I wanted it to seem like we were standing on a different in a different space. And so I found this one and I think it's awesome. And this one is also a free background. And all I'm doing right here is resizing this. And I'm looking for a text that says merry and bright. And once again, if you have a pro account, you can, find a lot of different options, or you can look for the free options. You can do it that way. I was looking for an image that said merry and bright, but I couldn't find one that was free that I loved. So I ended up going with this one that says Merry Christmas. I changed the color of it to white and I placed it on the photo where I wanted it to go, resized it to my liking, and then it was time to download both photos. It was time to get the images downloaded. I select download, and I like to download my images one at a time. So I do have the file type as PNG. I do not have transparent background selected because that is a pro option, and I am going to download each page one at a time. I am in Cricut Design Space and I'm connected to the Cricut Maker. The first thing I'll do is click Upload Image, and I will browse and select one of the photos that I just downloaded. Here is the first one. I'll click Continue, Apply, and Continue. I'm selecting the flat graphic. I'll click Continue and Upload. My photo has come in. You can see that it is a perfect square, 7.5 by 7.5. The next thing I'll do is click over on the left and I will select a shape. The first shape I'm going to select is a circle. And what I'll do is close that out and I will change the circle from a basic cut to a pin. And the reason why I'm doing this is so that I can make sure that I can see everyone's face and that I have enough of the image inside the circle so that when it's time to sublimate the image, I won't have any white showing. So this looks great. And once I'm 100% positive about the size, I'll select the circle and the image and I will click Slice. Okay, I think this looks perfect. I'll have both selected. I can look at my layers panel and then click Slice. Now I can move the circle out and I can delete the part of the image that I don't need anymore. I'm not deleting the circle because I am going to use it for the second image. What I'm going to do is right click and duplicate the image because I am making more than one ornament, and then I will resize them just a little bit bigger than the blanks that I'm planning to use. So I thought the ceramic ornaments were 2.75, but I think they were a little bit bigger than that. So I made these at 2.77, and you'll see that I'll have to reprint them when it's time to sublimate them. I resized the image to 3.1 for the glass ornaments, and then I right clicked and duplicated because I'm going to have two glass ornaments that are round, and I'm also going to have two square ornaments that are glass. So now I'm uploading the image again, and this time instead of creating a circle, I will create a square. And I'm going to take that same image, I'm changing the square to a pin, doing the same thing I did with the circle, making sure that everything fits inside the square. Once I have the image exactly how I want it, I'll select the image and the square, and I will slice it out. Once again, I'm going to change the size of the square to 3.1, and I'm going to duplicate that so I can make two ornaments that are squares. Now I have my two images for my ceramics. I have my two images for the glass, both a square and a circle. Now I'm going to upload that other image, which was the first one that I created. I'm bringing in the flat graphic, and I will repeat this same exact process all over again by making templates that are squares and templates that are circles. Here I am repeating the process. I'm making sure that my images fit nicely inside the square and the circle shapes. And once I make sure they are fitting in there correctly, I select the image and the shape and I slice. I'm making sure about that M in Mary and the S in Christmas because I don't want that to be cut off, even though it ends up being cut off anyway. And once I have my images, I resize them. The circles that are going on the glass are resized to 3.1, and the circles that are going on the ceramics were resized to 2.77, which ends up not being big enough, but I'll show you that once we get to that part. Now, with the ceramic ornaments, those images will need to be mirrored. These two right here, the two smaller images, I'm going to flip them inside of Cricut Design Space. So I have my smaller image selected. I'm going to click flip horizontal on both of these images. I'm also doing it on the smaller image from the first image. And the reason why you have to mirror these is because I'm going to put the image face down on the ceramic blank. After clicking make, I am going to send my images to the printer. I'm turning the add bleed off, but I am turning on use system dialog so that I can get to my printer settings. Everything I'll do from here will be back on the camera. Here are my images being printed out with my Epson EcoTank 2760 series printer. This printer does have sublimation ink inside. I have the images on the mat. It is flat. I'm not going to touch it. I am going to insert the mat, click the flashing arrow. I have my material set to infusible ink transfer sheet, and I have the default pressure. I'm going to press the flashing C and let my Cricut cut out the circles. Going to check that it cut all the way through just by lifting this up. Okay, I've got a really good cut, so I can remove this and get the next mat inserted. Here's the next mat. I'll get it inserted. And I'm going to click the flashing C. Cut great. Let's go to an overhead view so I can show you how I prepare the ornaments, and we'll get these pressed. The recommended temperature setting for the glass ornaments is 356 degrees for 240 seconds. So I am going to set the temperature to 360. I'm setting the time to 240 seconds. So let's go to time and let's go up. And I'm leaving the pressure on 170 pounds. And while this is heating up, I'll be preparing my blank. I thought I was recording and I wasn't, but I can't open it. You'll see that I did not use any tape. I added the images right on top, and because I did them on glass, I did not mirror. But you'll see what they look like when the heat press opens. Okay, I'm gonna put on my gloves and take a look at this and see how it turned out. Ooh. They look so good. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look. Okay. Okay, so I did not use any tape. So what I'm just going to do is lift up the ornament. And there it is. Hopefully you can see that. I didn't use any tape. I just placed it right down on top. This is absolutely gorgeous and super hot. All right, so there's that one. Here is this one. These are fantastic. Here is this one. Oh my gosh, I love how these turned out. And let's see this. Here is this one. It still worked very nicely. I love the way these turned out. I love, super love the way these turned out. Okay, so now I'm going to do the ceramic ornaments, but those have to be done a little bit differently because they are front and back. But OMG, I am in love with these. It was time to sublimate the ceramic ornaments. I realized that my images were not sized properly. I needed to go back into Cricut Design Space, resize my images to 3.1 and get them reprinted. But in the meantime, I did increase the time to 250 seconds and I kept the temperature at 360 degrees. This time and temperature still worked perfectly for the other glass ornaments that were already ready to be sublimated. Remember, with the glass, you don't need to mirror the image, and I did not use any tape at all. Sublimated the 3 remaining glass ornaments, and then while those were going, I used the time to start adding the twine to the ornaments that had already cooled off. Ceramic ornaments, once I got them reprinted, I realized that I would get better results if I put the image on the bottom of the ornament instead of taping the image face down to the top. So some of you probably already know this. I learned this during this process. So as you can see right here, the image is on the bottom, even though one side has already been sublimated. I wasn't really happy with the way the first side turned out, and I decided that I would sublimate the second side with the image on the bottom, and I would just tape the ornament to the top. So that's what I'm doing right here. I'm going to add butcher paper, and I'm going to let this press for 250 seconds on 360 degrees Fahrenheit. Once again, I did not change the pressure. Time is complete. I'm putting on my gloves. These will be super hot. And let's see. So this is the first side that you can see right here. But let's look at how the images sublimate. That's so much better. The image is clear. It looks great. So I've learned that you sublimate with the image on the bottom when you're sublimating ceramics. Remember, with these, you do have to mirror the image because it's still going to be face down on the ornament. So these are my finished ornaments. And what am I going to say? I love them. I love the way all of these turned out, and I think the ladies are going to love them also. I haven't decided if I want to let them choose or if I want to just put the ornament down in front of their place setting for when we have our gift exchange. Either way, I'm so excited to give these as a gift, and I would love to hear from you. Are you going to try something like this? You know, did you learn anything? Hopefully you did. Please drop down in the comments and let me know if you have a favorite. Do you like the square ornaments, the round ornaments? Do you like the ceramics? Do you like the red twine? Tell me what you like. Tell me if you learned something. If you did find this helpful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the bell for notifications because I do upload new content every single week. Thank you so much for joining me today, and thanks for watching. Bye.